and welcome to SceneDaily.com. I'm Steve Wade, along with my colleagues Bob Pockris and Jeff Gluck. Well, if this sounds like a broken record, please forgive us, but Jimmie Johnson wins the NASCAR Banking 500 at Lowes Motor Speedway, his third win in 5 races in the chase. No one else has ever done that. He's now 90 points ahead of his teammate Mark Martin, and Jeff Gordon moves into third place. Hendrick has 3 guys in the top 3 in the chase as we go to the final 5 races. Bob, is the fat lady warming up?
Maybe a little bit, but wait, I need to correct you. Hendrick has 4, right? Because Tony Stewart being 4th,
I forgot.
Or at least 3.5.
3.5. That sounds
Hendrick.
good.
But the fat lady can warm up, but you know, I'm gonna go with what Mark Martin said. Until you have Martinsville, which of course Jimmie's great at. And Talladega, you know, those 2 tracks where anything can happen, and I'm not gonna. She can warm up, but I'm not getting the microphone ready for her until after Talladega.
Well, that's exactly what Jimmie said. And Jeff, you agree with that?
No.
I mean, come on. I'm not surprised.
Well, why are we kidding ourselves? I mean, we can pretend that Jimmie's not going to win, or maybe something bad will happen to him, but the guy is so good that he can outrun any bad luck that's going to happen to him. I mean, that's how good he is. And, you know, I think we're looking at the greatest team of all time. I don't think it's good for the sport to see one guy keep winning all the time, but that's the reality we're faced with. We are going to Martinsville next week, and he's won, what, 4 out of 5 there, 5 out of 6, something like that? Something crazy like that. He said after the race, after the Charlotte race, Martinsville's his best track. So, I mean, it's not going to get any, it's not like, you know, people are going to catch up to him there. He gains more points every week. You know, even if you look at Gordon's moved up so many positions over the last few weeks, and he's still losing points to Johnson.
Right.
So I just don't see how anybody can stop him at this point. Nobody's outrunning him, and the biggest threats to him, Mark Martin dropped back, and Juan Pablo Montoya out of it.
Yeah. Well, you know, the 90 points is the biggest lead any driver has had at this stage of the chase in the 6-year history of the chase, so that indicates that Jimmie Johnson and Chad Knaus and the team, they just know what they're doing when the chase comes around. They've proven it 3 successive years, and Bob, they haven't changed their tempo or their strategy one bit.
No, and I mean, Jimmie will admit that these are, if you took his 10 best tracks on the circuit, these are probably the 10, or maybe there's one other one, but you know, so I mean, these tracks fit him, and they obviously have it going on right now, and you know, and they haven't made mistakes, and Jimmie even said himself, you know, as long as there's no parts failure, he feels pretty good about this championship.
No, I mean, but the thing is, though, it's not that it's not a matter of them doing anything differently or doing anything. What's happening is the other teams are trying to give their best shot. They're throwing everything they can at these guys, and it doesn't work. And, you know, like Juan Pablo said, look, you know, if you thought we were going to have 10 clean races, then you're dreaming.
Right.
But I went back and looked. Jimmie has now had 31 consecutive top 15 finishes in the chase. So he's had 31 clean races, so to speak, in the chase. It's the other teams that are launching themselves and falling down. Jimmie's just keep doing his thing.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, and he's also avoided trouble. That's the main thing. He's not had any trouble, but as Bob pointed out, maybe not Martinsville, but certainly Talladega in a couple of weeks is going to be a big wild card in this chase. Barring any unforeseen circumstances, we think Jimmie Johnson's probably just going to proceed as routine and maybe win that 4th straight championship. Well, that's about all the time we have here at SceneDaily.com today. I'm Steve Wade for Bob and for Jeff. Thanks for being with us.